Hello. Pull. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Woohoo!
This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material.
So, what is population and demography all about? So, population and demography are related field of study that focus on understanding human population, their characteristics, dynamics, and trends. So, first, let's go to the population. So, population refers to the total number of individuals residing in a specific geographic area, such as a city, country, or the entire world. For example, there is a Pilipinas. Our population, I think, almost 117 million people living here in the Philippines, while in the here in Cebu, I think it's a 1 million population. Population compasses a wide range of characteristics including age, gender, ethnicity, education, occupation, and many more. So, the study of population involves analyzing various aspects such as birth rates, death rates, migration, patterns, and other demographic factors. So, it's essential for governments, policymakers, and researchers to track and understand population changes to make informed decisions regarding public policies, resource allocation, social and economic planning. So that's population is all about.
Good day, everyone. I am now discussing demography. Demography is the scientific study of human population and their characteristics, focusing on their size, composition, distribution, and dynamics. Demographers use statistical and mathematical methods to analyze and interpret data related to population trends and changes. So these are the key areas of demography. It includes birth rates, death rates, fertility, migration, expectancy, aging, and population growth or decline. Demographic research is vital for governments, businesses, and organizations as it helps in planning for services, infrastructure, healthcare, and education based on the needs of a changing population. In summary, population and demography are essential fields of study that helps us understand the structures and behavior of human population. They provide valuable insights for policymakers, researchers, and societies to make informed decisions and plan for the future in the areas such as healthcare, education, economics, and social welfare.
The theory of demographic transition as it affects global population. The primarily focuses on how individual countries or regions go through demographic changes as they develop economically and socially. However, the theory does not have implication for the global population when considering the cumulative effect multiple countries transitioning through the different stages. Here's the theory of demographic transition can affect the global population. The global population growth. The theory predicts as countries progress through demographic transition, they tend to experience a decline in birth rates and eventually in deaths. This results in a slowing of population growth. Regional variation. Different regions of the world are at various stages of demographic transition. Developing countries, particularly in Africa and parts of Asia, are often in earlier stages with high birth and death rates. Meanwhile, many developed countries are in later stages with lower birth rate and death rates. This regional variation contribute to different rates of global population and growth distribution. Aging population. In countries that have completed the demographic transition and reached stage 4, there is a tendency for the population to age. This can lead to an older population, which may have implications for healthcare, pension systems, and workforce dynamics. The aging population in some region can affect global trends in healthcare, retirement, and labor markets. The next one is migration. As countries go through the demographic transition, it can influence migration patterns. People may move from countries in earlier stages to those in later stages in search for better economic opportunities, healthcare, and education. This can lead to global migration trends and cultural exchanges. The next one is global challenges. Global implications of demographic transitions include addressing challenges related to population aging, healthcare, social services, and workforce dynamics. Policymakers must consider these trends when planning for the future. Environmental impact. The demographic transition can also impact environmental sustainability as countries transition lower birth rates. They may experience decreased pressure on natural resources and potentially lower population related environmental impacts. That's all.
I'm Cadet Kent Alexis Olimpulos. What is global migration in contemporary world? Global migration in the contemporary world refers to the movement of people across international borders in significant numbers, often driven by various factors including economic opportunities, political instability, conflict, environmental changes, and family reunification. This phenomenon has become a defining feature of our interconnected world and has several key characteristics. So number one is economic migration. Many individuals, families migrate in search of better economic opportunities. They may move to countries with stronger job markets with higher wages to improve their living standards and support their families. Number two, refugees and asylum seekers. Ongoing conflicts and humanitarian crises have led to a substantial number of refugees and asylum seekers seeking safety and protection in other countries. These individuals often flee violence, persecution, or environmental disasters. Number three, family reunification. Many migration flows are driven by the desire to reunite with family members who have already migrated. Family reunification is a common reason for people to move to a different country. 4. Urbanization. Rural to urban migration is a global trend as people move from rural areas to cities in search for better job opportunities, education, and improved living conditions. Number 5. Globalization. The ease of communication and transportations along with the interconnected global economy has facilitated the movement of people and labor across borders. 6. Remittance. Migrants often send remittance, financial support to their home countries, which can have significant impact on the economies of those countries. Challenges and opportunities. Number 7. Global migration represents both challenges and opportunities for host countries and migrants themselves. These challenges include issues related to integration, social service, and labor market competition, while opportunities may include cultural enrichment and contributions to host economies. Global migration is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that has profound social, economic, political, and cultural implications for both the countries of origin and the host countries. It continues to shape and be shaped by contemporary global dynamics.
The 4 types of global migration. Introduction. Understanding global migration is crucial as it plays a pivotal role in shaping the demographic, economic, and society of crown countries worldwide. It influences policy decision and social cohesion, economic development, making it vital to comprehend the dynamics and impact of this complex phenomenon. What is global migration? Well, global migration is the movement of people from country to another, often motivated by a range of factors and motivations. There are four types of global migration. The first one is economic migration. Economic migration is a relocation of individuals or family to another country in pursuit of better job opportunity, improve their living standard, and increase economic stability. For example, individual moving from developing country to a developed one to secure paying jobs or access a stronger job market. The second one is refuge migration. Refuge migration refers to the movement of people fleeing from their home countries due to threats or persecution, armed conflict, human rights abuses, or life-threatening conditions. The global refugee crisis, marked by millions of displaced individuals seeking safety, and has been prominent humanity issue in recent years.
Good day everyone, good day sir. I am Decadet Limho Cobral Patrick B from BSMT 3-8. So, my topic is about the four types of global migration. And this is the continuation of the report of Decadet Trio Conan. So, my topic is family reunification. So, family reunification migration, also known as family-sponsored migration. It involves individuals moving to a new country to join their family members already residing there, and it is significant for social cohesion as it helps maintain and strengthen familiarities, fostering a sense of belongings and stability in the host country. So the next one is forced migration. So forced migration refers to the displacement of individuals who are compelled to leave their homes due to factors beyond their control. The example of this is such as natural disasters, armed conflicts, or environmental crises. Examples include Syrians fleeing and Syrian civil war, residents of New Orleans evacuating during Hurricane Katrina, and people displaced by rising sea levels due to climate change.
So let's talk about why there is global migration. Let me explain. So global migration is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon, and individual motivations for migration can vary widely. It's influenced by a combination of push and pull factors, where push factors compel people to leave their home regions, while pull factors attract them to new destinations. So some people move in search of work or economic opportunity, to join family, or to study. Others move to escape conflict, persecution, or large-scale human rights violations. Still, others move in response to the adverse effect of climate change, natural disasters, or environmental factors. So here are some examples on why there is global migration. So, for example, some individuals migrate to access better educational opportunities or to acquire specific skills or training not available in their home country. And also, people may migrate to join family members who have already settled in another country. And lastly, many people migrate in search for better job opportunities and higher wages.
My name is Jujan Luardo, and I'm going to report the advantages of the sending and receiving countries. So, advantages for sending countries when their citizens work abroad often include remittance inflows that boost the national economy, reduce unemployment, and the acquisition of new skills and knowledge can be utilized upon their return. Receiving countries, on the other hand, benefit from a larger labor force, filling skills gaps and potential cultural enrichment. Additionally, immigrant contributions often support economic growth and address labor shortages in specific sectors. So here's the advantages of the sending and receiving countries. So first is a job vacancies can be filled, increase economic growth, can benefit locations where the majority of the population is old, additional sources of tax for the host country, new innovations and ideas, favorable economic and cultural impact. So job vacancies can be filled. Yes, job vacancies can be filled through various processes such as job postings, networking, recruitment agencies, and online job portals. It typically involves a selection process that may include interviews, assessment, and reference checks to identify the most suitable candidate for the position. Next is increased economic growth. Sending countries benefit from the influx of remittances, which can contribute to increased consumptions, investments, and overall economic development. Receiving countries can experience economic growth through a larger workforce that fills labor shortages, enhances productivity, and boosts various sectors of the economy, thereby stimulating overall economic expansion. Next is can benefit locations where the majority of the population is old. Labor migration benefits countries with aging populations by alleviating social welfare burdens, supporting elderly care, and developing specialized care services. Migrants workers fill labor gaps in sectors like healthcare and elderly care, ensuring skilled caregivers and support staff, and alleviating strains on healthcare systems. Next is additional sources of tax for the host country. Labor migration generates additional tax revenue for the host countries through income taxes paid by migrant workers and indirect taxes from consumption of goods and services. This stimulates the economic activity, increasing business profits and tax contributions, allowing the government to invest in infrastructure and public services. New innovations ideas. Labor migration fosters innovations and creativity between sending and receiving countries. So migrants bring valuable knowledge, skills, and entrepreneurial experiences, fostering new businesses and industries. In receiving countries, their unique experiences and cultural backgrounds inspire new ideas, products, and services, enriching the host country's social and economic landscape. So the last one is the favorable economic and cultural impact. Labor migration benefit both sending and receiving countries by improving the living standards, increasing investment, and reducing poverty. It also fosters human capital development and entrepreneurship, leading to long-term economic growth in receiving countries. Migrants bring cultural diversity, enrich the cultural fabric, and fill labor gaps, driving economic growth and sustainable development. So that's all. Thank you.
So this is the disadvantages of the migration on the sending countries and also the receiving countries. So first of all, we have here in the disadvantages is depression of wages. So in particular reason, the only reason why we go abroad upstate is the reason is Philippines or our state has a low income salary, which is not enough to provide for our family, and it's either for our future and other particular projects for our dreams. Also living on the receiving countries or migrating makes a depression of wages. The minimum wage in the upstate countries, we consider that a high paying jobs. We do not consider it a low paying job because their low paid jobs is moderately high paid in the Philippines. So that's why most OFWs bought their expenses for the Philippines, not upstate, because living upstate will not suffice from their salary alone. So next here is companies may neglect employees benefits and programs.
So a lot of companies or a lot of people don't recognize that they are being racial to other migrants due to they're not the same blood, so they think that they should not care enough, and that's what most Filipinos are suffering because the treatment is not fairly as they were in the Philippines. As in the Philippines, you could be treated as well-educated person, talented and smart. But on the, let's just say, the USA, you live in the USA, they will treat you poorly because your knowledge is just average, and because you're a Filipino citizen, they would consider you a low-level type of person. So they neglect you for the fact that you came from race which a third world countries. So that also affects the advantages of having your employers um, having you as a priority to be benefited benefited in their particular company. So next, we have here can lead to exploitation and increase of crime rates. So apparently, the Philippines were not actually prone to more crime rates because, as you know, Filipino workers are very diligent in their jobs in upstate. So this particular Mexico or something like African countries, we are more likely to create crimes, or other Muslim country, they were very too poor enough, or like India creating a lot of scams, or Africa creating more robberies or crime rates due to they have less education than Philippines. So Philippines more educated, but apparently um, being nice is not much appreciated because we don't show any dominance against our foreign employers. Yeah, something like that. So crime rates is the result of low education and the thrive for survival. So next is strain in public services. So I don't know about strain in public services, but apparently what I know about vehicles, if you purchase a vehicle in the United States, it's actually much cheaper that rather than to buy on the Philippines. If you buy a car on this upstate and you're living there, there will be low taxes and tax import like that, and also the resale value adding to the cost of the car in the Philippines. That's why it's more harder for us to buy in the Philippines rather than USA. Next is the displacement of jobs. So apparently displacement of jobs, we ask ourselves Filipino, we take jobs as opportunity. So apparently a lot or majority of Filipinos don't take their careers, they will take any job that pays well. So if their career did not pay them well and has less benefits, so they would particularly choose a much less hardworking job. But also as Filipinos, any job upstate that pays better than the Philippines, it's either a low level job, we take the opportunity to work even though we know it's less worth than we prefer to do in our professions. Lastly is the migrants takes time to adapt to a new environment. Apparently what we learn at school is mostly on USA traditions. So if we go to the like Muslim countries like United Arab Emirates, their traditions can be very unknown to us since we don't know exactly what's their particular culture and how they respect each other and how they talk. So what we only know is the culture of the USA and the Philippines. So that's exactly. And migrating to other than countries than that, it will be very difficult for us to understand. So that's why most people choose a English country than living in the very foreign to us. That's all for now. Bye bye.